Hello Dimensions in all regions and time zones that this live stream lecture is able to reach. This is the second installment of the video for the topic in elliptical sentences, which I launched last Friday, last Saturday. I tried to do the video, the vlog, but it became so elaborate that I resorted doing this live lecture using conventional method. So I will try to do this as short as possible, so I will be as succinct as possible. Okay, now we begin with our thought of the day. Our words have the power to build up or to tear down. Simply means you have to guard our mouth, our words, because either the same mouth, the same words that you're using, either it can defame or it can praise a person. So this is just a reminder for all of us. But if you use your word, better just use it in a constructive way. All right? All right. So as promised, we'll do it real quick. So we'll be still dealing or discussing about the elliptical sentence, because the one I made last week is just the introduction. I don't want to be distracted. Okay, so let's get it. All right, we're done with our thought of the day. In engineering, in architecture, we have this construction. Construction is, of course, how to build something, particularly towers, citadels, buildings. In English, when you say construction, you are referring to a sentence. So when you hear about elliptical construction, that means someone is referring to an elliptical sentence. So just a review. So elliptical sentence is simply doing a shortcut, trying not to be as, verbosity. Verbosity is having too much words. I'm almost always guilty of this one. I put a lot of words in a writing or in a speech. Well, in fact, we can minimize those unnecessary and, in fact, even necessary words, but can be omitted because they are already implied in the sentence. All right. So, as promised, we will be talking about the structure. We will be using the conventional method, the board and the pen. Because this material is a 14-page lesson, so I cannot compact this in a very short video. All right. Structure of elliptical construction. I want to move forward because if I cannot finish this topic, then I cannot upload other vlogs. The structure of elliptical construction. Number one, the elliptic structures. So what are the elliptic structures? There are several structures, and we begin with the first one. I'll bring this, I don't need to go back and forth. Letter A. Two positive statements. I wonder if you can see this. Anyway, I will discuss it later. Two positive statements. That have same predicate. So what is an example of this one? He is busy. I am busy. So it satisfies the first type. Two positive statements. One short sentence and another short sentence. They have the same predicate. Predicate, of course, includes the verb and whatever is either the complement or the object. So, is busy, am busy. So notice that these verbs are be verbs, am and is. So how shall we simplify this using elliptical method or the elliptical structure? Subject, this is how we shall do it. Subject, this is the subject, plus verb, this is the be verb, okay? It is specified, specific, it should be a be verb. Subject plus verb, whatever is the additional predicate, and plus subject plus be verb plus to, or, these are like formula. In mathematics, we are fond of using formula, and so we do also in English, trying to assimilate things. So, plus verb, be. Imagine I'm doing all this in a single video. Be plus subject. With all the graphics and all, not to mention my poor aesthetics skills. Okay, I should have written on a different color. Subject is he, and the be verb plus and plus subject, and reverb plus to. So if you want to simplify these two separate sentences into an elliptical sentence, we will say he is employing the first method. He is busy. He is busy still, and plus the verb am and no subject, and I am too. See? This now has been converted into he is busy and I am too, using the first formula. Now using the second one, he is busy and so, and then the verb am I. We're trying to make our speech better. But rather than just saying he's busy, I am busy. Then we are trying to level up, enhance the way we speak and write our sentences. Okay? If this is this is a classroom lecture, then I can ask someone to give me another example basing on the formula. He is busy and so am I. So we omitted some items on the first original sentences. So there are other examples I don't need to write, I can just read it. You bought a new book. And she bought a new book. So using this two formula, then you will make it, you bought a new book and she did too. Or you bought a new book and so did he. And so he is the verb, subject. Another one, John likes swimming. Maria likes swimming. So it will become John likes swimming and Maria does too. Or John likes swimming, and so does Maria. Still another example. Budi has written it. I have written it. How will you do that? Budi has written it, and I have too. Budi has written it, and so have I. So just remember this pattern. That is for the first structure. You wanna look at it before maybe I can use the second portion. Okay. So this first is for the positive statements. Now let's proceed to another type of statement. This time it should be, sorry, it's letter B. We're still under elliptic structures. Letter B. This time we are talking about negative statements. Still statements. They have the same predicate. So what is an example of a negative statement? Anyone can give? Yeah, we'll do it real quick, so I have to erase the board. And if you want to go back, then you can replay the video soon. I don't want people to get bored, okay? And then I erased also the letter B. Two negatives statement. Okay, to visualize, I will give an example. I don't, this is already negative, like smoking. He doesn't like smoking. So they are still the same statement, same predicate. So, similar to the positive statement, so we have negative statement. This is I don't, plus and, plus subject, plus negative auxiliary verb, okay, plus either, or negative statement plus and plus neither plus, now this time it's the positive auxiliary. What is auxiliary? Auxiliary means helping, the helping verb. Okay, using the patterns, then we can easily convert these two simple sentences into an elliptical sentence. How? Negative statement. I don't like smoking. So it's like we're just copying the first statement. Okay? So you now use this. And what is the subject? He. So this, okay, to illustrate it. This is the negative statement. I don't like smoking. We copied it here. And then we plus and plus the subject, he. No, why did I put right? Why did I write and plus? And he, negative statement, which is this. And he doesn't So now here is the ellipsis. We are dropping this, okay? And he doesn't either, okay? Either. All right. So we have simplified the two sentences into I don't like smoking and he doesn't either, using the first pattern. Second pattern, negative statement, just the same. I don't like smoking. And plus neither. Either means negative, okay? Neither plus the positive. So the positive of doesn't is does. And the subject is he. See? Do you see the difference? Do you find it more sophisticated this time? I don't like smoking, he doesn't like smoking. And when we transform them into elliptical sentence, these two became I don't like smoking and he doesn't either, or I don't like smoking and neither does he. I find this more sophisticated, these two sentences. So this is the reason why I'm trying to discuss this lesson for everyone to employ these methods. So done with two positive, two negatives. This time, but this have the same be verb. Now we will be using the third statement. We will be using compound auxiliary verb. Okay? You guys are following, aren't you? As I said, I do it real quick, so it's just like I'm doing a shoot. A video shoot, okay? Letter C. Two positive statements. I'll bring it here. Two positive statements with, this time, compound verb. All right. He will come here soon. She will come here soon. See? They're still parallel. They have the same subject and the same everything, basically. So, transforming them into elliptical sentence, number one, this is loosely patterned on the first method, or it has the same pattern with the first pattern, using the same pattern. He will come here soon. And so will she. I don't need to write the patterns anymore. We just discover how are they converted. He will come here soon, and she will too. Right? Same subjects, same verbs. He will come here soon and so will she. He will come here soon and she will too. Okay, letter D, two negatives. Two negatives. Two negative statements. Will I see the letter D? Still with compound verbs, okay? With compound verbs. What is a compound verb? Okay. He? No. He can play tennis, this is negative. You can play tennis, also negative. So, turning them into elliptical sentence, he can't play tennis and you can't either. Or another method or another pattern, he can't play tennis and neither can you. So I expect that the Timetians who are watching this will use this type of sentence, whether in writing or speech, in a formal or in just a small talk. Okay? It is clearly visible how this is made. Now, there are instances where positive and negative statements are joined in a single statement, in a single speech. So earlier, the first four patterns were positive, positive, negative, negative, with be verbs, positive statements with compound verb, negative statements with compound verbs. This time, we will be doing a combined positive and negative statement. So we are on the fifth pattern on the elliptic structure. Letter E. Letter E. Combination. Combination. Why am I writing wrong spellings? Combination of negative and positive statements. Okay, let's do the shortcut. Another appointment. Number one, Amir can play a guitar. Ali can't play a guitar. C. Where is the positive? This. can and can play. They are combined. One positive, one negative. So how are we going to do this? Amir can play guitar. We missed out on the article. Play a guitar, but Ali can't. Very simple. So we are using a contraction. What part of the speech is but? But is a conjunction. Is it a correlative or alternating? Alternating is or, correlative is and, but is the negative. Amir can play a guitar, but Ali can't. There are more sentences that we can use as an example. Letter F. If I run out of ink. Combination. Okay, we have another here. Combination of two positives. Two positive statements. Number one, I study English. He studies English. We can employ the first method or the first pattern, or this time we will be introducing this both and. So, both I and he study English. Okay, so we combine the two subjects. Therefore, two subjects have become plural. So study is now plural. Both I and he study English. But in conventional method, whenever you introduce someone and you, it is more appropriate to use or to put your pronoun on the latter portion. So you would say both he and I study English. They mean the same thing, but we go with the second sentence, shortened sentence. All right. GH. We have two more. F is done. G and H. So these are the two patterns for elliptic structure. And then we proceed to the next, and another next, and we're done. There is a measurement. There's an examination at the end of this lecture, this course, but I cannot do it here. So G. The pattern below is used to state one of two actions in two sentences with the same. So we are using the modal. So either or plus positive auxiliary. Modal. 30 minutes is done. Okay, let's make it quick. We can read a newspaper. We can play the guitar. So we are combining this using the or, either or conjunctions. Okay? We, okay. Well, time passes so quickly. We can either read newspaper or play the guitar. Alright, we're using this. And hence, we have combined them and made them into a one sentence. Okay. H. None of. Okay. The pattern of none of. So that means none of is for negative. It's either, it's alternating. My brother isn't policeman. My brother isn't a postman. Okay. So if there's none, then it's the opposite of either or. It's neither nor. So just say, my brother is neither a policeman nor a postman. All right, read it again. My brother isn't a policeman. There's an A. Okay. My brother isn't a postman. When combined using this pattern, my brother is neither a policeman nor a postman. All right. Now, what I'm trying to point out here is when we were learning this in lower English courses, we just know that this is neither nor and all this either or. It's like it's a combination. It's a pattern like this, but it wasn't explained that this belongs to the so-called ellipses, or elliptical construction. For example, in some of my videos, hi Ivan, in some of my videos, I use some examples of short sentences or simple sentences that are in fact ellipses. Thank you. Go. These are implied sentences or implied subjects and implied verbs or omitted subjects or verbs. When you say thank you, that means the subject is I thank you. But using ellipses, without even us knowing this, we are dropping the subject. Go. When you say go, you are commanding someone to go. So who are you commanding? You. You go. And that's also an ellipsis. So after this, then we are ready to discuss the place of ellipsis in a sentence. So after the elliptic structure, so we are on letter number 2. Again, number 1 is the elliptic structure, and number 2 is place of ellipses in a sentence. Where can you find the ellipses? Anywhere. Can be in the middle, in the beginning, in the end. Just like all the examples that I used in the previous video. Alright? At the beginning, okay? Beginning of the sentence or start, okay, beginning of a sentence. Seen Andy. I'm afraid that you guys will mistake an elliptical sentence with fragment. You know what fragment is? Fragment is like a statement. It's a phrase that does not express a complete thought. But in ellipsis, we are intentionally dropping a part of a sentence in order, but we are saying the same thing. I don't know if our purpose is to save time or save a space. Seen Andy, which means, have you seen Andy? So we drop this. Also, when you say ready, everybody knows this. When you say ready, you mean, are you ready? Personal pronouns, okay? What are personal pronouns? I just mentioned earlier in the introduction, okay? Thank you. What we're just simply doing, guys, is we are studying the technicalities of the words that we are already, or the sentences that we are already using. Thank you. I thank you. We dropped the personal pronoun I, and also here, I hope to see you soon. See you soon. I'll see you soon. It's different. What else? Okay. Letter C. I want to put them together in a single space so that we can differentiate, you know. But we don't have enough space. In affirmative sentences, ellipsis is most common with first person or third person. Okay. Personal pronouns, sentences. What is this? When you say nobody's home. Nobody at home. Is this a sentence? It is an elliptical sentence. So, there is nobody home. dropping again, there is. Wow, we have more. How many minutes are we? I have to finish this by in 5 minutes, okay? Or 50, what time is it? Yeah. I have 10 minutes. I'm going somewhere. Ellipses of subject and or auxiliary. Number 1, read 1, 8, a cheese sandwich, and read 1, drank a glass of coffee. Yeah. Julia should clean the shed, and Amir should mow the lawn. Okay, let's do it really quick. Read 1-8, a cheese sandwich, and you will just drop his name, and drank a glass of coffee. Yulia should clean the shed, and Amir, you can also remove this. Yulia should clean the shed, and Amir mow the lawn. It still sounds good, although we already shortened it. Okay? We also have here, actually this is number 1, and number 2 is, we call this ellipses of predicate. Ellipses of predication. Okay, predication. I'm doing it real quick. I work in a factory, and my brother, I don't know why there's a comma, and my brother works on a farm. Another one, I just give 2 examples each. She will study today, and she may study tomorrow. Applying the rule of ellipsis, I work in a factory, and my brother, just simply omit works, and then you say, I work in a factory, and my brother on a farm. As well, she will study today, and she may remove study, so we don't have this anymore. She will study today, and she may tomorrow. Sounds wrong, but it's correct, and it becomes more sophisticated. All right. Number 3. Ellipses. See? Ellipses of subject, ellipses of predicate, and ellipses of direct object. Direct object. So if you don't know the direct object, I don't know. Because I already discussed this in our diagramming series of diagramming videos. Direct object. Okay? Hassan, just one word, just one, and we're done. Ismail was happy and Ramad certainly seemed so happy. So we can just drop happy and we're left with this. Ismail was happy and Ramad certainly seemed so. This is really an elaborate topic and I am done. I need to Guys, if you want to learn more about elliptical sentences, I can give you can comment, I can give you some resources. This I researched, I took from, of course, very reliable and good sources. So I have to go and I'll be uploading this live video. Thank you for staying with me. And you can watch what we just discussed in this presentation. So that ends our topic for elliptical sentences. Everywhere you can find this, you can easily search on them and try to master. Use this in your speech, in your writings, and you'll find yourself writing a more professional and an effective writing or speech. In my succeeding videos, I am tending to do this timeout TMEC or TMEC ETC or TMEC etc. videos. That means anything and everything under the Dubai sun. I will be doing some miscellaneous vlogs that I hope you guys will love. Thank you for learning with me and you guys stay safe.